got the finest French or Prussian, soldiers. So.
Hey, Johann. There's a Johann.
Wow.
Oberst Johann Karl Jacob von Kempken.
Okay, do you want more artillery, Johann?
I can do one more reroll.
Okay, fine.
Man, I was gonna be Francois Xavier.
Try
Oh,
that
he's
one.
still here.
Lots of cav, lots of earth. Yes, it's fine.
Excellent.
5 generals.
I will maintain that I am a Claude.
Jesus, fuck, that's a big old artillery division.
Yes.
And a big horsey division.
Should I play General Major Hans Joachim?
Oh no,
The man
I
with
picked an
the horse.
important person. Fuck.
Horse.
Are we waiting on anybody to get in the?
Yes.
If you want to, if you want to be SoW and have all the cavalry in the world, you can do that.
Okay, I will literally sit down and having all the cavalry in the world.
You should definitely do an hour-long flank.
That's
horse boys.
Elbrecht, are you joining the Prussians?
Yeah, so there's like
Alright.
Michael
I am the
Henrik
Lord of
or
Horse.
who else? Frederick Wilhelm.
Alright, well, we're not allowed to be a Johann, so that rules out 2 of them. You want to be? Oh, you
Wait.
rerolled again.
No, can't try to join.
Didn't. Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay.
Hi.
Do you want to be Lost in or Funk?
It would be Funk, because Funk actually had.
Okay, that's fine. So I have 2 guys named Johann and a deadbeat division. That's fine. That's easy to remember. I got my names on it.
Join the French.
But you don't know how many troops.
You don't. No, I.
Still not call free.
Lost in might have like the biggest brigade in the universe, but I
All
doubt
right,
it.
I'm launching.
All right.
Here we go.
I am a monarch of God's creation, and you reptiles of the earth dare not oppose me. I render account of my government to none, save God and Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm equipping 150% discipline and run you.
It's a pretty badass quote you pulled.
I thought that was David Icke or something.
GFX _A_horse.
What?
Oh. Okay, I'm no longer following.
All right. Let's see.
Okay.
I
that's
know where Elbrecht
interesting.
is.
How do
There
I?
is-
I'm stuck on something. I don't know how to. F is not changing my
Don't worry about
camera.
F is follow the unit, lock the camera to the unit that you have selected.
How do I rotate the camera?
it. Okay, glue. Just go find stuff.
What?
Hold the middle mouse button and
Oh, it wasn't working.
Glue. You're free to do
How do I
whatever
zoom
you
out?
want.
Sure.
okay, found
You're
it.
Funk, right, Elbrecht?
yeah, I am
Okay.
southwest of the objective.
I can't send you mail because you're too low below me in the command line. Hold on.
Of course you can.
Okay.
I should be one of your direct subordinates.
How do I tell what unit to move?
Select commander and right click and hold to set direction, and then select the formation that moves all units under the command.
Oh,
So what do you want us to do, Johann? You're in charge.
I'm literally sending you a letter.
Oh, okay.
who's in French? Who's in charge of the French?
Oh, for fuck's sake, why did it crash again?
I
Just ignore me.
nominate.
Whatever. I'll help me.
Oh no.
The crash might actually
The
crash.
crash might have hit
I
everyone.
wonder if
Yeah.
AI will take over. this
No,
game.
I got his units.
Okay.
I see your letter, Johann. They're running through woods right now.
Great.
Does someone tell my units to move?
People can't
Eldebert,
control your
Nope.
units.
go ahead and send off some couriers.
Who's in charge of the French?
Nobody.
Why?
Because I want to know who I'm listening to.
Nope. Well, nobody's in charge. Whoever is our commander. I don't-
Whoever, I need someone to
Okay,
tell me
hit
what I should be
M.
doing.
Hit M.
Okay.
And look at where he wants you to go.
Look at that yellow X. That's where they want you to go.
Okay.
We're listening to the AI because you know the AI knows what's up.
Anyways, I should go to bed. It's 2 a.m. here, so we have that game tomorrow, and I need to be fresh
Yes.
because of the Ottomans.
You know, I'm not gonna judge you, but the gamer inside me is judging you.
And even if I can get you know, I still have to kill what, 2 other players, 3 other players?
Everything's fine.
You keep saying that
Because it is.
for you.
Yes.
I know.
Only my general seems to be moving.
You gotta click the flag.
Sorry, I'm gonna need to alt-tab for 10 seconds to make glue louder. Expect free.
Why?
He's not even in the game.
As it turns out, he's as loud as I can make.
Ooh, hey, there's a courier. Look at him go.
You should double cross him and then give him a cool, badass line.
Okay.
Okay, I'm moving all my units. I successfully have done a single order.
Drouet is going to be disappointed in my initiative.
By the way, Albright, if you press N, you can see where I'm going with my units, but it looks really bad on the map.
Oh, for fuck's sake! It
Tell
says
Druid to suck eggs.
there's a use roads thing. Should I even be bothering with that?
Yes.
Well, when I click it, everybody stops.
No, you
moving.
right click. You right click it to confirm it as a thing you want, and then you click the other
Oh,
stuff.
for fuck's sakes!
Is meme again.
I wish that M closed them. Okay, I believe I'm doing it. I right-clicked use roads, and then I confirmed the column move order. That should do it, right?
Yeah.
They don't seem to be using roads.
You can
Okay.
also click the use roads button after
You
you have.
want to
it
you
moving.
want to select commander use roads, I think. Maybe?
No, commander use roads just lets the commander
yeah,
use
okay.
roads.
Yeah. I found right-click column, right-click use roads as 2 separate commands work.
Like, right-click where I'm going.
Yeah, so right-click your destination, choose to place them in column, which tells them at the end of the day you need to then right-click on the destination again. They're already set in column formation, and then click use roads. That seems to do the trick most of the time.
Do I click on the flag?
No, there's
Albright.
a use roads button on the bottom bar.
There's... Doesn't seem to be one.
What's
Or
that?
does it-
What's that?
Oh.
Johan?
There it is.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. I misspoke.
Okay, that should have... I clicked the use roads thing.
Do you have a destination set? They'll use roads to get there.
It spawned me in a
Okay, now
forest.
they're all moving to the roads. We're walking in place.
All right, now you're cooking with gas, buddy.
I've got roads. I know how to use them. Okay, I'm just gonna... Now we wait for them to make the long march. Why does shift make the camera go down, but control does make it go up?
I don't know.
Space makes it go up. Shift makes it go down.
What makes it go up?
Space.
I don't. Never understand.
Or you scroll the mouse wheel.
Yeah, I've been doing that. So, can people... I want to make sure I don't, like, stack up with another army. Should I just say where I'm going? Or no?
You can write it in a message.
Mm-hmm.
Can I send that to
Courier
everyone?
Send an email via man on a horse.
But
I-
Call it
Curly,
real mail.
Zanny, disregard the first message I send you.
I'm ahead of you right now on this road, so I think we're heading to the same place.
Can I
yeah,
send-
Curly, would you mind sending your general out on ahead just to run up and see where?
Like just the general.
General scouting is banned. Get out.
How do I change the contents of the message?
Is unit scouting banned?
No, scouting is fine. Just don't use your officer to scout.
I sent an empty message. How do I change the fucking contents?
What do you want to do with the order?
Says the British Army that literally used the commander of the British Army, the supreme
I'm
commander
just-
of the British Army, to scout. Granted, it was the AI, but the AI did it.
I'm just trying to
the
say
AI jumped off
what
the bridge.
town
What do
I'm
you do?
going to. I'm trying to say what town I'm going
Right.
to. Where the fuck?
I like that, Elbrack. Yeah, everything's fine.
No, I'm not sure exactly what you want me to do. I've just
No.
gone to the.
So
It's fine. We have a large force of dudes that I think you can see on the map that are doing something else, and we'll figure something out.
So Zanny, I see where you're going, and I think you're well placed.
Okay.
I might
I'm sending.
more northward.
I'm sending messages to the three of you. There. So.
Long.
Look at them go and their little horsies.
Yay.
Okay.
Is there any way to send out a mass text?
I wasn't able to find one. I think you
A
gotta
chain email, you mean?
If you do free text, it will save the contents of the last message. You could just send it to one person and then send it to
Huh?
another, send it to another.
Yeah,
That's what I did to send messages to all of you.
Actually, Elbrack, could you just slow down a little bit so the column behind you gets in front? Like, just go through. You know, you can tell why I want that to happen. Probably.
Isn't that all me? That's all me, isn't it?
Uh,
Oh no, I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
Just to say, modify my message to you by northeast of.
Yeah, this is cheating, people. What are you on
No, no, no.
megaphones?
You're allowed to megaphone. It's just like, if you're revealing information to the enemy, it's your fault.
I have a empty message.
Yeah, I disregard that one.
Okay, I also sent you an empty message, Elderberg.
A long march ahead of. I see the courier now.
Oh.
Enemy spotted.
I think I've also spotted enemy near the
yes.
point.
Oh shit. Okay. Actually, Elbrack, I changed my mind entirely. Let's fucking turn around.
How did we spot that? Oh. Need to make most of this tactical situation. Would trees stop artillery fire from being effective? It's kind of an obvious question.
If you're in the trees, they will make it more effective.
Really?
If it is fidelity, yes.
Oh, we are being beaten to the objective.
Oh, this is an objective? Fuck.
Oh, the objective is in. We started on the objective, defending it.
I guess cancel the fucking turnaround part, I guess.
Oh, we're attacking.
I sent you a boomer-based message. You should probably ignore it.
The Prussians start defending, and the
Okay. I have a plan in that case. I guess.
So if I tell my artillery commander to be take charge from AI, can I still give orders to everything else and it won't affect their orders?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want to move
Think
infantry
so.
separately from.
What you might have to do is take your 2 infantry commanders and order them separately, which is simple enough because, you know, it's a left flank and a right flank.
Alright, Elbrack. I'm giving out a lot of orders. I think I'm just gonna have to rely on you to figure out where I need you.
I'll try my best.
Okay. We are gonna stay here, I think.
Sending out some messages here.
What? The artillery can fire from there? I'm waiting. Ooh. Wow, that changes.
Maybe we should centralize the location of our commands to speed up the message.
No. You get bonuses. flurry of messages.
Are we being charged? Yes. Oh, there's a little cavalry skirmish. Are you winning, son?
2 of my guys against one of theirs, and they're running off. They were just doing scouting.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a courier message, Ulbrek. That's not the message I wanted to send. That's an empty message, don't worry about it.
Look at those couriers.
I want them to go faster.
I may have just sent 4 messages that were exactly the same to one person. I don't know who knows.
That might have been me, because I have 2 from you that are blank.
No, there's a flurry coming through. They have
Okay,
they're just
Ulbrek, I have
That's just a funny idea.
sent you a courier message, but you can probably tell what I need, where I need you if you press N.
Oh.
Yeah. Where is my courier message?
I got it. It was blank like you said.
You get the second one?
Oh, not the second one yet.
Oh no. Oh no.
Did you folks make contact yet?
Yeah, I'm.
Oh shit, no. It's even worse than I thought.
Doing some long-range bombardment, I think.
Yeah, further up Elbrack, probably, like all the way up to the thing.
I'm getting orders from other AI generals. Let's go ahead and ignore those. Even if they're right.
You're a traitor and an enemy.
I did send some courier messages out.
So is this where like Ilan started to come in as like an actual French strategy?
That would have been
Yes,
weird.
that seems...
Essentially. Once you've gone Napoleonic, you don't really want to go back.
That's true.
Yeah, that one came in blank. Hopefully there's another one following it. That
Oh,
one's also
God.
blank.
What?
The ones from me, or...?
I just got, let's see here.
If you look at the text, is that the orders are actually like the second to last information.
Yeah, I know where to look.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's blank. Oh wait, maybe this most recent one was. Got it. Thank you.
Oh, that was for me? You got that one?
Yeah. Given my current position,
I don't know
think
what.
it's probably
I don't know
from-
where you are in the.
given my current position, I think I'm better off doing the exact opposite.
What is the name? Oh, okay. Wait.
Somehow
Opposite of
happened,
me?
and
We'll be talking about my message.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking to.
Who is Baram Yakim?
That's me, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to do the exact opposite of what you suggested, given my current situation.
Okay.
It's
Or maybe-
situation. I would
I
have
suddenly
done
know a
that,
blank.
but
Fuck it.
like I'm here, so I may as well do that. I didn't mean to wind up here, but I'm here, so I may as well, right?
Oh no. Oh no, Elbrack. Oh no.
What's wrong?
Help. Go forward, not back.
Is it possible to play
I
the
sent you a
game
courier.
single player and like just take command of one section and see what you can do?
Yeah. I think
Is the
so.
AI competent enough?
No.
Well, Elderbark, not the exact opposite, but you can see where I am. And it's like... I'll send an instruction to Zanny to fix that.
I have infantry charging.
Zanny, I've dispatched a courier. It shouldn't be too late for you to do that.
Okay, I have Yeah, get out of here.
Okay. I'm happy with that, Elbrack. It'll do.
Will my general automatically like go in the back of the line or something?
You don't have to worry about them too much unless they get charged.
I actually don't know if. Oh, I'm not even. Those aren't even units that I was controlling. That's someone else's army.
Yeah, wait a second. Who's controlling Schmitz?
Oh. Who is Jerome Quianti Pesci?
That's me.
Okay.
You should be getting a message shortly.
Yeah, that was for you. That was from you.
Yep.
Take.
Well, yes.
Dude, don't read it out loud.
Yeah, I said the
loud,
word take.
please
I said the word
offset.
take. That doesn't mean anything.
That's true.
Okay, I will do that.
La French, they are taking.
What the French do, they take.
They take, but they don't give. Ooh, that's a good stack whip.
You playing U4?
Yeah.
Actually, Curly, I'm gonna... You probably see it, but I'm gonna send you a courier with this suggestion anyway.
The majority of the French cavalry is northwest.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. I know what's up.
How do I read this?
Okay, I'm taking the position I was supposed to be taking this whole time. I didn't realize I wasn't
Cadro.
saying orders
How do I
properly.
read this message? It doesn't say anything.
I didn't actually get a message in with that message.
Like, there's just all of the, your humble servant, here's a time, but there it doesn't
it's
say
like-
anything.
Right.
It's at the bottom of the message is the actual orders.
Nope. I sent a blank message by accident, I believe. So I fixed that now. Let's see if it.
Yeah, it happens. I watched Elbrack fiddle with the weird messages yesterday.
Yeah, Zanny, that one was blank too.
No, it wasn't. There's the thing at the bottom. I made sure there was an actual thing.
Are you clicking the right button?
Should be.
No, the most recent one is from. Nope, it was. You need to press enter.
It needs to appear at the bottom of the message.
I'll try send it again. Oh, for fuck's sakes. This whole time. There we go. Did that one go
French
through?
cavalry is trying to flank to our south.
Yeah, I'm reacting. You can see what I'm trying to do about it.
Got it, Zanny. Thanks.
It depends on what they do.
Yeah, Elderbar, current position. You said one thing. I said I'd try to do the opposite, and I found somewhere.
Okay.
Be advised, they, well, we'll give it a go.
When I tell someone to move a unit, like a general or captain, whatever, to move to an area with a line formation, they spread out really weirdly. Is there a way to make that not happen?
Just showing off.
What country is black and gold?
Prussia.
Ah, nice.
I don't think those are actual Prussian colors, but whatever.
That might be Dutch. Wait, no, yeah, they're Dutch because they're like under William the Orange.
Oh.
Is there friendly fire in this?
I don't know.
You can tell how good of a question that was. Unfortunately, the Napoleonics had no answer to the eternal question. Is there friendly fire?
Is it really friendly fire?
You could say it's pretty unfriendly.
Hmm.
Because some of these formations are funky, where they're like making an X and firing in crisscross direction. So I was just wondering if the game accounts for that, or maybe they just don't fire. Period. At the
When
dude,
that
like,
kind of stuff happens in games, I literally never know.
Hmm.
Because it
How
seems
would
to
I-
cause friendly fire when I do it, but not when the AI does it.
So how do I like tell artillery to start firing on who to and all that? Like, do I just right click the person that's not going to move anything?
I guess people are too focused in what's going on right now to answer.
Yeah, I really. So, okay, but I think my artillery is firing on its own. I just
Yeah,
need to
it'll
make sure
fire
it's
on
actually
its own.
firing.
It just takes a while.
All right. I believe I've done what I should be doing. My game is randomly just like open the context menu, and I don't know why. Why are they? Fuck. Why are those people just standing sideways? Oh, they're shooting? No. The what? Don't mind me, everybody. Just very confused.
Okay, this is a terrible idea. Give me new gun. I don't know how to make them attack.
Holy crap, Elbrack, what's with all those French cavalry in front of you?
He's having a fight.
Trying a long plank to get around all my squares.
There's just so many of them. It's like the entire cavalry corps.
Like, I can't... I don't understand how to get them to do what I want them to do.
You need to figure out... Okay, so... There's a button in this game called Take Control from AI. And you need to press that button down to the level of command that you want to micromanage that unit sometimes. Who are you? Or where'mst?
Take a wild guess.
You're the French, obviously, but like, what's the problem?
How do I make them charge, damn it?
You right-click their flag.
When they're engaged with the enemy, if you hit Y, it'll bring up the context menu and they have more orders. And then one of the orders being charged.
Why is the context menu opening on its own?
Sometimes the AI takes control over you because it thinks you can do a better job. That's a lie. I don't know why.
I am not. Why is it standing crosswise with the rest of my line? Move, damn you. Oh.
AI done fucked up.
I'm selecting every single battalion under my command. I'm telling it to stop being AI controlled. I will micromanage this shit if I have to. Even if I don't know who's who. I had to go through the list every time.
Honk, 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 honk.
I'm very confused as to why. Works.
So imagine you're a real Napoleonic general. That's what you're constantly asking. What's going on? Why is this happening?
Did someone's entire flank just run away from a single cavalry unit?
So who is on my left and who is on my right right now?
God, it's just panic. That's the real answer.
So, Zanny, you are on my right, which means I'm on your.
Gotcha. I did not tell them to do that. The fuck? What is this random horse with a wagon walking out in front of me?
This really reminds me of Medieval Total War 1. was like trying to figure out what it was making me reminiscent of, which I Are they entering that building?
Yeah.
I have a heavy attack coming on my left.
God damn it, there's a cavalry unit destroying everything. Ah! Elbrook, you have cavalry that can stop this.
So
They're very
these forts
tired.
have 1,000 as a number, or 600 or whatever. Should I put people in there?
Zanny, to answer your question, the former.
Gotcha.
Just
Should I move
charge,
into the
damn it.
should I move into the fort?
I mean, if you can get it, it's a tactical advantage. If you can't,
I probably should have taken it
also
already. The enemy is trying to take this 1,000 fort.
You know what? Fight for the fort. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be fun. But the more important thing is that, you know,
How do I charge?
you don't break and fall apart.
Wait, so do I need to literally be in the fort's courtyard?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to, like, do a charge.
This is insane. Attack them. I don't know what to do. This is completely ineffective. So I've done.
Are you cavalry?
Yes.
So your cavalry morale just might be shit. What you can do is just run your cavalry through dudes. Like just hit run towards or run through. That work.
Do I right-click a flag to attack? Like, if I see a unit, do I right-click on it, or...?
No, they'll automatically attack the closest unit to them.
No, I'm talking about, like, a bayonet charge or something.
They will automatically charge the closest unit to them.
Okay, how do I get inside a fort?
You put a move order right where the number is in the courtyard.
Well, the enemy seems to have occupied this 1,000 fort. Just to say.
Yes, I did
And,
occupy
running
that
through
1,000 fort.
I didn't know I should have. So, how do I tell this artillery officer what to target? No, how do I tell them what to target? All I could do is move them.
Yo,
Just hit Y when you have them selected and they're engaging something, and you can select the target.
The fuck's sake, stop randomly right-click on your own. No, it's just giving me move order. No, it's moving on its own. Sorry, I just don't.
take some time.
Oh, there we go.
It's not a game with a wonderful UI.
Obrak, are you experiencing this kind of performance degradation in real time too, in real life, or is it just through the stream?
What?
Like it's like very choppy looking and the sound is very choppy, but I'm not sure if it's because of it's the stream or if it's actually like that because of how, I don't know, taxing the game is.
I think it's just a game.
What's a howitzer do? In comparison?
Shoots explosive shells.
So would they be good against forts?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be better. I don't know how the game models.
Okay, well.
What? No, you can't.
Oh baby, I want to see that French action.
I have no idea if this is accomplishing anything.
You're definitely being very disruptive.
Don't run, assholes. I will kill them.
Curly, you've got a good cavalry attitude.
Ah!
Who are the guys with the blue and gold flags?
Which flags?
That didn't work.
If they're sort of like iron cross shaped,
That's Prussian, I can tell that. But there's these other flags that are like, it's kind of like a sky blue, and then there's like a shield with some gold on it.
Oh, those are probably Dutch.
Oh, that sucks.
Dutch. There's no Brits in this.
Oh, it's probably just like a specific German thing.
Ah, it's very Hohenzollern.
Who are the Prussians? But those guys.
They love
I think
that
it's like a
gold.
cavalry thing. I don't know about. I don't think it shows up in the infantry.
Can I send infantry into an occupied fort?
Yeah, you fight me in hand-hand.
In-hand combat, baby.
CQC.
Well, here we go. I really should have occupied this myself, but I didn't know I could.
Bataillon.
Okay, we're fighting now, I guess. Maybe? Are we?
Brutal hand to hand. Man, it must have been so hard fighting indoors with a freaking 1 meter long rifle and a bayonet.
It sucked. Like, almost all those guys fighting in the houses died at Waterloo.
Wow. It's been like spear formation.
Then again, I don't know. Fighting in houses in cities is pretty bad, no matter what.
Yeah. But I mean, like, if you had a sword or something, that's better than a freaking gigantic
Officers got
halberd.
swords.
The problem is, I don't think I've killed a single thing in all of this time.
You can check, can't you? You can check.
So despite standing on your artillery for this entire time, I haven't actually killed anything. I can't kill anything fast.
Are you on your side's left flank? Because that's me. If so.
No,
I'm the
Curly's on
cavalry.
your side.
Oh,
When
right.
cavalry, it's me.
Is there a game that's somewhere between this and then the that Gettysburg game? Like somewhere in between in terms of Greek realism?
Empire Total War? Napoleon Total War?
Oh, that's...
No, Gettysburg is more realistic than Empire.
No, it's not. He doesn't even have variable weapon range.
Yeah, Ultimate General, I just played it. It's a little too I wasn't really into it.
Oh, you want the units to have to like assemble and stuff. I don't know. Probably nothing.
I no idea if I'm doing well right now or not. Also, this
Natural.
bird is a constant problem, but I can't seem to actually move into it to attack.
Your guys might be scared. Danny, what's
Yeah,
that?
you need Orbital Melding
French.
Force to take a port hand to hand.
Fuck it, I'm gonna buy this game. What's it called?
Scourge of War,
Scourge of War.
Waterloo. It's on Steam.
Oh, there's a game that simulates this. It's Mountain Blade Napoleonic Wars.
What's the bust? What's the There's all this DLC.
People have been saying the DLC is really cheap. It's like $6 more or something like that, like $4 more.
Yeah, they're
Alright,
like
I'll
$4 versus 20.
I need you to detach like a brigade or something and get over here, probably. Well, I guess the cavalry's never gonna be over. My bad.
Yeah. I'm killing a lot of it. It's just that my guys really want to stay in squares.
Who's on the German
Aren't you
left flank?
flunked?
I just want to know who I'm fighting.
I'm on the
What is left?
southwest side.
Oh, that's me. Hello. We're fighting. I don't know who's winning.
Are you winning, son?
Oh, I'm charging you, right?
Meme.
Oh, is this like a part of Waterloo, like the Battle of Waterloo itself?
It's nearby.
It's using campaign order battle for some units, yes.
Yeah, whatever.
This is so frustrating. I feel like I should have accomplished way more than I have. Because I don't feel like I've hurt you at all.
My artillery is not functional by comparison.
I wish I could select a unit to try left-clicking it.
You have, well, admittedly not killed a lot, but
That's
pretty sure
what
my supply trains are gone.
That's sort of what I mean.
I see.
Because I can't click on your unit and make them charge that unit.
They
I
charge
see.
whoever's closest.
So you issue orders by those buttons at the bottom. It's not like a select and right click.
No, you give orders by right clicking.
Oh, okay.
Or those buttons. All these guys are pretty much order modifiers.
And then you have to have a general nearby to be able to issue those orders, or some leader.
No, not unless you're playing in the very hardest difficulty.
Oh, okay.
I assume those are Curly's, like French cab. I don't know why they're not charging.
Well, they only charge if they're not really tired, and they're probably tired.
So they just
What are they doing?
fight
They're
at
just they're
all?
walking in front of you. Like this is the shooting gallery.
Take pot shots. What was that charge
Jeez.
during?
I can't. How do you open up the combat menu, not the movement menu with infantry?
If they're engaging something, hit Y.
Apparently they aren't.
Like the charge of the light brigade, but instead they're just walking.
Walking
Oh,
the
hey,
line.
look,
Okay.
I found cavalry.
Jeez, rip those beautiful hussars.
So do you have to be very conservative with the horses then, the cap? You like attack and then pull back?
Yeah, because if they try to attack a infantry unit, it just goes into a square and gets shot up.
What the fuck was that?
Rocket. It's red.
Artillery?
I guess what I mean is if those horses get tired, then they're kind of sitting ducks, it looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know, Curly, are your horses on like only attack artillery mode or something? Like
Well, they're not attacking anything. None of them have any kills.
I don't understand.
You might have to
They're like
give...
running into someone's artillery right now.
Press Curly, pressing Y when you have one of them selected.
Yeah, they just ran up to the... I hit the charge button. They ran up to the artillery.
Have you
stopped,
tried
and-
giving the commander of the artillery brigade a full attack order? Though to be fair, I'm trying to do that as well, and they are so tired.
I mean, if I was tired, I wouldn't go up to like an inch of the enemy and then just stand there. Probably would just hang around somewhere else.
Yeah.
Look, everyone's tired. It's a battle.
This shit would have sucked. Those musket balls are gigantic. They're like a... I don't know what the actual measurement is. I want to say they're like an inch wide. That might be too big.
75 caliber is fairly common. 1 caliber is kind of rare.
The Cavs surrendered.
Is there a way to select a unit that isn't just going to order of battle, cycling until you find it?
Are you sure you can't
Quickly,
just click on it?
conveniently.
You can press up arrow to get to units like command, like higher up command.
Wait, you can't just click on units?
There's a little more to it.
Well, that's fucking annoying because I'd like to be able to just left click a unit to select it. I'm okay with doing the orders the weird way, but I just would like to at least be able to select a unit.
You can, you just, like... You need to find the officer.
No, I mean the regiments.
Just the single ones?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that. If you want to micro it really intensely, press the little flag at the top left of the command bar. That means you're stealing it
Yeah,
from
no.
the AI control.
How do I select a unit without going to the order of battle?
When going to the order of battle,
Without,
Click your flag.
Just click on
Click on the flag.
just click the flag.
Oh my fucking god, I've been doing it manually the
I
whole time.
feel-
Whenever I try to click on it, it was apparently never in the right place.
I feel very bad. I'm sorry.
Also, it just randomly is like left clicking and right clicking and pressing Y when I'm not doing anything. I'm sick of it.
It's probably like network lag. Or, I don't know, the net code.
Why would it be randomly clicking? Like, I'm doing nothing and then suddenly, oh, you gotta move. No, I didn't do an order.
I'm definitely starting with the tutorial for this game. It's just crazy.
Pretty good tutorial.
Good choice.
I hope you bought the expansion packs.
I did. It was $4 more.
Good.
What a deal!
Oh, I guess I have to get this game now.
Correct.
I like how it's like you can't just quit. You resign.
Well, at least I think, even if I didn't kill your artillery, I think you moved around a whole bunch.
Yeah, it's really ineffective now. Oh
trying
my
to
god,
tell-
my fucking corps commander's been off of command orders. That's why everything's fucked.
I've been trying to tell this infantry to charge this fort and get inside the fort and get these units that have been standing here, and they're just not.
Maybe they're too tired.
They have
I am tired.
They have full fatigue. That is not the issue.
Like 100%.
Yes.
They're 100% tired.
No, they're 100% fresh. How do I get a unit in a fort?
Like,
To hit people?
I mean, I don't think there is anybody in the fort.
There's people in the fort.
There's literally there's
I know,
gunpowder.
you can garrison? I didn't know.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like a
I literally
battalion
have
in there.
1,000 guys in that fort.
Yeah, who has this objective fort right now?
Albrecht does. Oh, there's two. There's two forts.
Oh, the French hold the objective. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you to move.
Oh, well, ripium in pasta, as they say.
I don't. Oh, that's a lot of French on that objective, huh?
I thought we were doing better than this.
You're the one that has the most remaining troops because you were in Easy Town.
Easy Town, yeah.
You've only lost 1,300 men. That's nothing.
He's not even joking.
How the goddamn do I assault a fort? It shouldn't be this
Charge
hard.
it.
I did that. It didn't do anything.
Rip.
Yeah, keep doing it.
Now, the thing is, assaulting a fort is hard.
Well, I should at least be able to try.
You have tried, and then you failed.
I should be able to walk in the fort and die if I choose to.
You did. You did.
No, I
That's
did not.
exactly what happened.
I never got into the fort.
I don't think the
There's no
animations
try, there's
are
only
as,
do.
like,
Like, you're not.
everything as you would hope them to be.
No, wait. It's an open courtyard. I should be able to walk in there and try to punch someone.
Well,
It'll be okay.
you don't see all my men actively fighting you off, so they haven't been doing
Yeah,
close range
the
for
thing is,
that.
I can't see anything. There's no one in any of this open space, and there's just smoke coming out of garden walls.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yet, the game is literally making it possible for me to charge this fort. What?
This is really fucking annoying because as someone in my backlines, I would like to be able to do something about it. What do I do?
You can just shoot me out of it.
Oh, it's
I've been
like,
waiting for this entire hour.
it's like the inverse of Eleanor Fields. The cavalry are so tired, they're defeated, and then suddenly the infantry come across. Yes, French infantry, save us.
Yo, these sprites are beautiful.
I wouldn't say
They're, like, come
beautiful.
through
They're nice. They're decent.
Yeah,
They're
they
so
don't come through this stream.
Sprites are a good solution. Like, you render all those models like in Total War, it loads CPU really hard.
I don't know. These days, I feel like it could actually maybe handle it. Oh, I guess they still have these sprites there.
But to my knowledge, I think the French cavalry is if that wasn't entirely clear to everyone.
Just taking a nap.
I'm
Taking a nap with the flies.
This game is literally stopping me from assaulting the fort. Like, I'm clicking inside the fort, saying charge, and it's not letting me charge.
Yep.
No,
Well, it's a different
don't
button.
tell them to charge. Just tell them to move. Just give them a move order into the fort.
If I do that, it goes past the fort. It like forcibly moves the order somewhere else.
like around. The
Well,
fort.
hit the take command and then just give him move orders.
I have
I'll-
taken command of every
Okay.
unit I have.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you then. Maybe read the manual.
Couple forms
I'm
already.
going to right-click this fort, and I'm going to move it in a column, and it puts the order in front of the fort, or puts it in a row.
I don't know.
near
Check
the
if there's
fort.
like an assault button or something. Like they might have
There
a dedicated
isn't.
assault button.
There isn't. I checked.
No, there's not an assault button.
You gotta make sure you right-click this context menu to queue up commands. Line, double run, double quick run, and then execute. I'm just fucking.
So who's in the objective right now?
Me. It hurts.
I'll cut you a deal. You are surrounded and outnumbered massively.
I
Leave
won't.
all
I'm going to
and
4 to 1
your
by
life.
just sitting here in the fort. I will never leave.
You'll never make him log off. This power is too great.
There's no way to get into a fort.
No, there is.
Well, then tell me what it is!
I don't know. Read the forum.
Yeah.
Read the manual.
Take it easy.
Where's the manual?
In the documents folder.
You gotta click all out attack.
No, that's just stands for your commanders to
You
take.
didn't
Or
all have to look at the manual now, did you? Because it's fucking frozen.
Then
Great. Yeah, I alt-tabbed because someone told me to go... Yeah, there we go.
you know maybe Johan.
Maybe, telling me to go look at the manual was not the good idea.
No, that's a good
But
idea.
you can come back in the game.
But while it's frozen, Johan,
No,
you
it
should do that.
froze.
Let it go.
I can't hear you.
You can't hold on to it anymore. Let it
The game
go.
froze and I had to close it. Can I join a game in progress?
I'm really losing a man a second every time this is happening.
Well, time to go look up how you're supposed to assault a fort.
Yeah. Play the tutorial too. It's real good.
You know what? Honestly, they might just have not fixed whatever, like, bugs are involved in installing forts.
What do you mean bugs?
I don't know if it works or not. It doesn't. I can't find anything in the Steam forum, like, to talk about it.
There's no one on the Steam forum.
Thing that he asked if they fixed the bug where they walked through the walls, and like another guy said no, and he was like, "Oh well."
Oh, it's just because people want them to model them going through doorways and passages and stuff, I think. How you doing?
I don't know if it's that important to take the fort.
Suffering help.
Well, I sort of got like a pretty big part of the French army over here.
You're facing like
hey.
7
I found a developer.
like Italians. I'm facing 24.
Well, it's it'd be pretty difficult to disengage.
I guess. Just kill them faster, I guess.
You have to shoot people out of the forts. You can't actually assault them. At least this is what the dev says.
That's completely
Wow.
brain dead. What? So he ran up there before I knew you could get in, and then I can't do anything about it. I have all my artillery
No,
firing
you can
at it.
shoot them.
I have all my artillery firing at it. I had units shooting at it, and nothing seemed to be happening.
You gotta do it some
Oh,
more.
you are
It's a
doing
pretty
some
slow-paced game.
Oh yeah, and the first thing the tutorial teaches you is how to get into forts.
You right click on the fort and you move into it.
Yep.
Yeah, if it's empty.
Which is what I'm doing with literally everything I have.
If it's empty.
Oh no, you just shoot them out of it.
How much damage did I do to that fort and the units?
Oh, I'm
inside of it?
charging.
Like 10%.
10%. I've been
French.
firing with artillery and infantry for the last 30 minutes, and I did 10%.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to Waterloo? that, exactly that.
It's a fucking farm.
Exactly. They shot at it for like hours.
With artillery? Not even
Yeah, I
artillery,
mean, it's not
doesn't it?
explosive. It just puts holes in the wood.
It's a barn.
It's a stone farm. Heavy
at
stone
water,
farm.
but it's like a
It's not that
constant-
accurate either.
Yeah, how do you blow something up?
Now here's the thing. How can I tell if my artillery is firing?
The guys inside the
Yeah.
fort have taken more casualties than they've like dealt out.
Oh,
Well,
I like
my,
all this Prussian artillery just firing into the flank of the front.
Capturgs, you're probably gonna have to take over my army because now it's brain dead or taken over by the guy.
Yeah, I think they out. Who knows?
I had them all on take 2 ignore AI orders. Will
Is
they
that the
keep
Prussian
that?
count?
I don't know if
It's
there's a
really
way.
tired because I fucked up. It's also really shitty. Like, it actually sucks.
I kind of feel like I was actually winning my flank until I crashed out because something went all that. We'll have to look for the manual.
The game used psychological warfare on you.
No, it was a person telling me to go look at the manual to find out.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm winning with my stuff. I'm certainly killing things and
I tried to execute your orders there, Cat Drugs, but I don't know how well this is going.
I mean, I think you did fine. Did you get any of their artillery by chance?
Well, that's the thing. I had multiple units of cavalry standing amongst their artillery, which weren't doing anything. So no, I've accomplished that entire battle didn't kill anything.
If it distracted their attention from the main objective, then I guess it's okay.
Like, I don't even think I killed their supplies route.
I'm sure this
Did you
game
say
is very
trucks?
fun. It's very fun once you know what you're doing.
Elbrock,
but,
you have
that's
like
the-
a full extra brigade. Just go on at some dumb French. It's fine.
aggressively.
Just keep doing.
This game is aggressively like impossible to figure out unless you literally look at the manual. Like,
Yeah.
Curly still can't figure out how to hit an artillery piece with a sword with a guide.
Oh yeah, that's in the manual.
I mean, the joke here is no one really knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I knew this was going to go bad when I picked cavalry, because that wasn't in the tutorial.
It shouldn't be so hard to make
We weren't
someone
trained for
attack.
this. The Cav waved their swords around in the air.
If you hit H, there is a manual built in, I think. It's some hotkey. H. Maybe.
Or you
Help.
can hit a courier and then hit the question mark in the little courier menu.
I wish someone had told me that.
I remember.
Just saying.
Okay, I guess I should have made the charge button appear somehow and then pressed it. The AI won't do it all the time. That may end up being decisive, because for all of that, I didn't kill any of her artillery when I was starting to fire back.
It has like the place you put more artillery has put it in such an awful position that like they've done next to nothing.
Yeah, my
The
army
artillery
is.
that's been doing well this game was the one that was with the infantry the entire time.
Are you German?
Oh god, I've surrendered. Oh, that's Frenchy surrendering. Never mind.
Yeah, no. The center that was assaulting your fort and trying to do it from all sides, that was me, and it's disintegrated. So I'm trying to figure out whether I have a division at this point. I don't think I have a division.
Send a message out.
This is the
Ass
second
your
battle I've
colors.
fought with
General
stupid,
Piquet.
stupid ass militia. God damn it. Anyway,
I saw a German artillery park where like literally all the cannons are pointed in like 360 degrees, like just random directions.
there's a lot of stuff like that.
I guess they just have concussions. Don't know where they are anymore.
I don't know how this fort has held. Also, I apparently don't know how to take a fort, and that's frustrating.
Well, this is what happens when we have objectives on the map, you know? Shakes fists.
Like
Wait.
apparently you just shoot the fort until they die inside.
I have 2 regiments, and they're shooting the fort, and
I just do that forever. I don't know.
There are 700 guys on the fort. It's gonna take a while.
well, that would explain it.
You've killed like 200 of them.
And you've killed thousands.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Not those guys.
You can see how many kills you.
Yeah, those guys have 700.
Ooh. Oh, is this a charge or what does that target mean on top of the French guy, Elbrack?
The unit I've selected is targeting them.
Oh.
Elbrack got disintegrated. Help.
Well, I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice, and when I get back, I'll tell Napoleon all about you.
You've been
Oh wait,
awful.
whoever.
You have half the remaining men you started with the third.
A
I hate
charge.
this.
Who's in charge of Brew?
Ooh, what's that flag? Von Flint Brigade. Schlesischer Infantry.
Oh man, this
70
artillery
units.
hill over here.
Yeah, the monument to my failure.
I fucking hate these landwear. Who would have thought showing up to like to these wars with the worst kind of conscripts? Stupid Prussians.
What are the good kind of conscripts?
Doesn't exist. If it makes you feel any better, Curly, I've been trying to give commands to a cavalry division this entire game, and they too have 0 kills.
Yeah, it was just my unit was entirely cavalry. That's all it was.
I know.
And one thing of artillery who are firing but have 0 kills.
Damn.
Elderbark, check out your right flank. You have room to move.
think some of my units are out of ammo. We're so low that they just can't fire anymore.
Yeah, this is kind of incredible. You're inflicting 10 to 1 casualties on one of my divisions over here.
It's 2 to 1.
One of them's 2 to 1, the other one's 10 to 1.
No. Oh, okay. One of them's 10 to 1. Yeah. Well, it's 5 to 1. Forts suck, I guess.
I mean, you've pretty much eliminated 2 of my infantry units, so...
Forts suck to attack, TM.
That's true.
Have you heard about the forts?
That...
About the high
counter
forts.
ongoing. I don't even know.
Beep, 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 beep.
Would have been better if my entire cavalry force.
Just dismount.
Yep. Because then I can just have him stop your artillery. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Do a drive-by.
I'll do a ride up, get off,
By chance, do any of us control Baron Pierre-Louis Benet de Mâconnais?
No idea.
No.
Albrecht,
Oh,
you're not
God.
gonna attack the... Okay, good. Oh, thank
There's a
fuck.
huge number of Prussians coming to the east.
We have spent ourselves trying to assault this fortress, I think, is what the story of this is.
Yeah.
We have 8,000 men left. It's not good.
We're not doing that much better.
Elderbark, I see the columns you're worrying about, and I don't have anything to address that. It's up to you. I mean, I have one thing that might be able to address it, but it's pinning down the thing that we want to pin down right now.
Yeah, I don't really have much to do about it. I'm pretty spent.
I mean, I'll see if I can... Technically, I don't need to be shooting at the fort. If it's just behind enemy lines, then it's there.
I do believe the French have lost this battle. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe. Probably. Only maybe because forts are bullshit.
Boy.
One of us will figure out how cavalry works at some point. Jesus. Hey, mine have... No, they have 5 casualties.
Yeah. That's,
This is interesting. It's a little bit challenging because the units will automatically try to attack stuff that's near them by themselves. So if there's something that's like in between you and the target, they'll constantly get bogged down, and you have to like reorder.
Well, good news, everyone. The guys that are inside the fort are down to 10% ammo.
well, there we go.
Oh no! They can only kill the remaining.
Oh, where do you
10%
see their
dudes
ammo?
that I have.
Status.
Status. Oh.
I feel like if you guys didn't go all in attacking the forts, they might not have done so much damage to you.
Well, the
What's
thing
the objective?
at that particular moment, the French lines had sort of swept forward and engulfed the fortress.
I literally sent the entire corps against that thing. The entire corps.
That's pretty fucked.
And I had my artillery shelling it. With our pellets.
Yeah, my artillery has
Well.
also been shooting it for some time.
Well, they're shooting. I don't actually know what they're shooting at. And I can't tell if they're accomplishing anything.
I've lost so many troops that Elbrack has more troops than me. And he's like a sub-commander in this army.
There's a lot of things coming.
Holy shit! That artillery surrendered.
Okay, so it looks like the yeah. So when Zandy DC that went over to the AI and that flank just disintegrated.
Doing a cavalry charge, Curly. Wish me luck. vicarious cavalry luck.
Don't worry,
I'm
we
a
saw it.
cavalry soldier.
Come on. I didn't-
Surrendered.
What? I was going square.
I'm charging the square.
I'm out of units. I have literally nothing left, I think, at this point. Except for artillery. No, wait, I have 15 dudes. Hang on, where are they?
Holy shit, they have kills?
$45 dudes. Where are they?
Oh, what the... What is happening?
Bonsai charge.
Oh, oh no, I do have... They're doing it! They're
I
doing
know,
it, Curly!
Johan, they're doing it. Mine are
Oh
doing
my
it too.
god.
Go, hero cavalry. Take out their artillery.
Oh, you? Okay, that's whatever.
Nope, they're falling back because they are skirmishers. So how do you even tell what your artillery is shooting at?
I think you do.
Select them and see what the bullseye is.
That's the thing, I don't see a bullseye.
So bullseye's over the unit they're targeting. It should be.
That's the thing, I don't see a bullseye over any unit.
Alright, in the upper left-hand side, after you select an artillery unit, it'll tell you the units that it can see and who's the primary target.
Oh. Where's the 3rd battalion?
Okay, so this is
Why
an
is
interesting...
this over? By the way, just now, one of the guys in the forts are running out and surrendering almost.
We can still win this! We just need to take the fort!
They actually just ran out of the fort. I think that might have been their commander ordering that, actually. They moved back into the fort.
Damn it. Okay, well, it's like 4 in the morning, and...
Yep. I'd say we lost this one.
Yep.
You can press end battle now.
And I need sleep anyway.
Why aren't the 2 hours up? This feels like 7 hours.
Let's see, I killed more men than I lost, which means I have a positive kill-death ratio, which is all that matters.
Uh-huh.
Alright, we should do this again sometime. Earlier.
Yeah, I'd like to play more Scourge of War at Gettysburg, too.
We could make this like the, like, take up the Hoi time slot. Since that's... Sorry, this is difficult for me to say. It's kind of dead. Oh, boy, that hurts.
Rip.
Okay, I think I have a better grasp of how to use cavalry now. However, hey Johan, wanna know a fun fact?
What's up?
I figured out what was happening with my cavalry.
Okay.
So I ordered them to charge, right? And you have them charge an enemy. What would happen is they would hit one gun, they would surrender, and then they would not continue.
Yeah, because each gun is a different.
That's funny.
And it doesn't count for casualties, I don't think. Because I
Makes
feel like
sense. Guess.
Yeah, it's specifically called out in the manual too. How to actually use cavalry to charge battery.
or maybe it is in casualties now? I don't know.
No idea. I lost 300 artillerymen, so
I don't know if the charge of the full cavalry division was the thing to do, but
I mean it did. I think there was nothing of cavalry.
I kind of squares did okay, but once I go square, I can't really move.
well, yeah, that was what I was trying to do. Is you would go into square, and I would try to like run by the square instead of engaging with it. Get that sweet artillery. Which eventually kind of started working a bit, I guess.
Thing is, once you start doing that, the horses get really tired quick, and they won't charge if they're at a certain amount of fatigue.
Yeah, but I don't know what else to do other than I could have held the entire thing in reserve and waited till an opportune moment.
Well, you can do well. Like what happened was with your cavalry being around, made artillery commanders nervous, so they kept moving their guns away.
Yeah. Curly, I honestly thought you getting in their backside and being a pain in the ass was the best move.
I mean, you moved all of your artillery into the woods where it was useless, so
Yeah,
GG.
it was
Problem
funny.
is,
That's where
the French artillery was controlled by the AI. Most of it. The AI division of artillery within the Corps. AI.
My artillery refused to move up. Just wouldn't do it.
I got so scared on the Prussian side because of the French horses that I could no longer command him. He would no longer do move orders because he saw a horse and got scared again.
I really think what broke it is we don't understand how to assault forts yet.
Yeah, I think it's just that you gotta shoot the guys out.
Well, there must be a better trick to it.
Probably not. I mean, it just takes a.
Tutorial, you assault a fort the first thing, and they just tell you to shoot the guys out till they go away.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
what I mean is, what we did was taking advantage of the chaos. It seemed like Cat Drugs swept forward all of his infantry.
Oh no, that was mostly AI and Elderbark.
Oh.
My infantry was the one that was trying assault the fort directly, and it never worked for some reason.
Or like, what I mean is, maybe just ignore it. I think that's what we should have done.
I mean, that's a great idea, but it was the objective.
Well, do you gain points for holding the objective, or whoever is in it last?
I
only win the battle if you hold the objective.
think it's the latter, yeah.
So like, maybe we should have taken your forces along with the Elderbarks and like tried to push up onto the artillery hill. And
I tried.
yeah, but I mean, Cat Drugs had an entire other corps, wasn't it?
I basically lost every infantry unit I had assaulting that.
So yeah, just sort of run by it, take some casualties probably, but leave them there, go deal with their artillery or come back.
When they sally out and just destroy all your shit.
I mean, if they sally out,
great. That's the whole
Yeah. I did some reading and I think that fort had like a 95% defense rating. And like I don't know, because it had stone walls or something. But there's other forts that are like weaker that I guess you have an easier time shooting out.
I think this is that was supposed to be the Chateau at Waterloo, wasn't it?
You're fighting the Prussians, so I don't know. Maybe?
I mean,
nearby.
Isn't this at Waterloo?
Well, they didn't. Yeah, that's the thing. They didn't take out the chateau at Waterloo by shooting at it. They charged it.
Yeah, but it's getting
Didn't go very well either.
It went well enough. They took the chateau.
Alright,
The
that was enjoyable. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I mean, I'll argue that the only reason that Napoleon lost that one, two reasons. One, they couldn't keep the Prussians off the flank. Two, who expected the guard to break, you know?
Anyway, sleepy time.
I mean, there were some pretty convincing reasons to expect the guard to break.
In hindsight, yes, but the guard had never broken.
It also never charged uphill into an army.
That's also true.
Like the whole thing. They hadn't done it. They hadn't accomplished hardly anything by that point.
Yeah, Napoleon kind of waited around, but I don't know. I guess he wanted them to reserve.
Yeah, that
I
was
think he didn't expect the Prussians to come in like a big, huge corps.
Yeah. That was probably the big thing. The corps that he sent off to keep the Prussians off his did exactly the opposite, so...
Know where they were.
Yeah.
The sort of atmosphere I feel from Waterloo is like, I don't know, it's like this fight after all the bigger, better like generals like have like died, or they've like betrayed Napoleon, or they've like been sent off somewhere else to do something, and like all he's got left are like just some chumps that like are just stuck around. Like the guys he had at Waterloo, I don't think they were very important before the battle.
I think he kept a few. It's been a very long time, but I do know that the lead-ups to Waterloo were very, very, very effective. He managed to split up the Prussian and British armies, and had the corps commander in charge of keeping the Prussians away done his job. He probably could have destroyed the British there, but...
He probably could have fucked them up, but I mean, there's nowhere else for him to go. It's just the Austrians are gonna come, and then the Russians are gonna come. Like,
I mean, in the long term...
all he's got is like these remnants.
As always, you sort of point to the attempted invasion, right, of Russia.
Yeah.
And the attrition in Spain.
He didn't lose quite as many, like, just outright dead as people say.
Well, it was also...
Hello.
Momentum, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Although there's one of the things that I really wish would have happened would if Suvorov had lived just like a little bit longer. The Russian general.
Oh man.
To see what he could have done with the Russian army.
I think.
Sorry, I don't recall that name. Remind me.
He is a very well-known Russian commander. He never lost a battle, like in his record of battles that he fought, and he fought some pretty big ones, like some of the Napoleon.
He was sort of from like the previous generation of people. So
yeah.
He was around when Napoleon was in Italy, but like he died pretty shortly after.
Like he was preparing for like a showdown with Napoleon, and he had beaten one of Napoleon's subordinates, I think. Like some of the outer.
Beat Napoleon. Oh no, I think he beat like one of the dudes. Yeah.
But he had a whole philosophy. Like he what was it? He had his. There are all kinds of. He was a colorful character. Like he was marching with his troops, and there was like a chateau or like a stone, walled structure, right? And he just orders his troops to attack it, and for no reason, just out of the blue, attack that structure. And apparently, this is something he did so often they just did it. So occasionally, if you lived in a Russian fortifiable house, the Russian army would come storm your house for a little while. just to train, like, do this, don't ask.
There's a weird pattern in history where the shorter and like weirder and twinkier you are, the better general you seem to be.
You see,
Please,
that's
Suvorov was like
never call
5'3".
Napoleon a twink. Please.
Napoleon was in fact average height for his.
Yeah, Napoleon not so much.
I think it was one to make fun of him from other people, and two, like his personal guard. Weren't they all like super tall grenadier types?
Yep.
Most likely.
They hunt around all the time.
So in
Because,
comparison, he seems short.
like what was it? Didn't you have to be like 6 something to be a grenadier? Like that was a minimum height
Well,
requirement.
oh my
Well,
god, Napoleon
that was
was
the
my
thing
height.
for-
I'm not like a tall guy.
Frederick the Great had it so that you had to be like a certain size.
No.
Yeah.
No. That was not him. That was his dad.
What?
That was his dad.
Frederick the Great's dad?
Yeah.
I think.
He
Oh, okay.
he had that pet regiment of large men that he, just liked to admire all the time.
Yeah, it was
Frederick
something.
the Great got rid of it because he thought it was a waste of money. He spent his he admired the sensitive types like Voltaire. He didn't need to admire big guys.
So his dad liked beef, but he liked twinks.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. Bookish types.
Diversity.
There was also an Austrian general, Victor Eugene, or something like that, and like he was also like 5'2" or something, and he was like definitely gay. Like he didn't marry, and it was like the 17th century. Like they just constantly talked about him fucking men in the palace. But he was also probably Austria's like best general in history.
Yeah. Oh, another Suvorov thing. So, like, in this time, the armies aren't really. It's the general determines what the army's doing, right? There's not like a nation state. Here is the training regimen. For Suvorov, he, like we said, he's like from the previous generation, like of warfare. He wasn't Napoleonic. He was much older. And he didn't really trust muskets that much. So his standard battle plan was you would have your musket loaded with like the ring bayonet already attached, and you were to charge, stab the first person with the bayonet, shoot the second, and then continue with the bayonet. Because he didn't trust muskets.
The first soldier gets the bayonet. The second soldier gets the bayonet. The third soldier gets the bayonet. The fourth soldier gets a bullet.
I mean, it worked, because at this point in time, there are good reasons not to necessarily
It's all about
trust.
morale, these like wars, these old school wars. So
Well,
I don't know, if you get your
morale
guys to love you and just charge into whatever.
It was
Pretty good
morale and it was artillery.
That too. The Russians had pretty good artillery. They were better than the Prussians.
I mean, the Russian army at this point was sort of on the downslide from the Golden Age, but
It was still very much close to the Golden Age.
yeah, we weren't quite into the Russian army is terrible era again, because now they're
That wasn't a thing for another 100 years, though.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Right after the Napoleonic Wars, France is gone. Prussia didn't have a very good army, honestly. The Austrians were just the Austrians. It was really just Britain and Russia, and the Russians had the better army.
Yeah. Industrialization really changed the dynamic there.
That's true.
But honestly, I'm kind of surprised like the Prussians literally invented horse artillery, and that was a game changer. I'm surprised the Prussian artillery wasn't as good as it could have been in the Napoleonic era.
I don't know what was up with Prussian artillery, but like Napoleon saw them work and he was like, "Feh." He was like, this is not acceptable or whatever. He wasn't impressed.
Well, Napoleon wasn't impressed with the Prussians in general.
Well, yeah, because like their army kind of stank.
Which is not.
Which I guess you wouldn't expect if from, I don't know, pop culture, but it's true.
Yeah, like the Prussian army that we think of really isn't until Bismarck, right? That's when they really decided.
I don't know.
Took off.
It was good under Frederick the Great, and then I don't know. They just didn't.
Late
Didn't work
1800s
very
was
hard.
really when it started to come around. That was because of investments in military schools
When
and like really focusing on better leadership.
Yeah, no, I think when people think about OP Prussia, they think about their campaign against Austria under Frederick the Great.
Yeah.
Part of it also was Prussia was like one of the first adopters of like globalization on the terms of rails and canals and having that infrastructure in place, which made them able to hit well above their weight in just the speed of warfare.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about well before the railroad was invented. I'm talking about Frederick the Great just outmarching the Austrian army and outflanking and destroying it, even though it was completely outnumbered.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fun battle because the Austrian. I think I know the one you're talking about at least. The Austrian general just got so scared of Frederick the Great because he flanked the Austrians last battle. So the Austrian guy was like, I'm not going to get flanked. So he made his front line like 8 miles long. Like he had an impossibly long front line to never get flanked. But the Prussians just kind of like broke through it instead.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of wars is about fighting someone who's like dumber than you.
I mean, step into the arena, Robert E. Lee. One of the most comparatively successful generals in history. Comparatively is breaking its back carrying that sentence. Because yes, compared to the Union general staff, he was a genius.
Right up until, I mean, comparing
Grant
versus-
knew exactly what to do. Grant was just like, you got to attack sometimes, but you can just march away and flank them. You don't need to attack them. Like, you don't need to attack them, across a river and then like onto a wall for a day. Just go around.
So I think Meade actually could have been Lee's equal if Meade had been in charge earlier. I think Howard got a bad rap. He got unlucky.
You mean Hooker?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hooker.
He got a concussion, right? That's like what I've read.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like,
Hooker
probably
got
didn't
fucked
do
by
very much
Jackson.
good.
Like, he got completely encircled, and no one saw that coming.
Well, Hooker's big battle, the real problem was he had his plan and he had his subordinates, and here's the other thing that Robert E. Lee had. He had, Stonewall Jackson, he had, the other guy, I can't remember all the names off the top of my head, it's been a while, but he had his, like...
You're not thinking of...
Longstreet.
Yeah, like Longstreet, Jackson, he had subordinates who were...
Yeah.
Aggressive, competent, and would follow his orders. And a big problem that Lee had at Gettysburg was that he had pretty competent subordinates, but maybe this is a legend, but isn't one of the reasons why the rebels didn't get as far as they could have the first day was one of the commanders got a letter saying, if it is practicable, attack this hill, but all of his men were exhausted. So he didn't think it was practicable to do it.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Colepill?
Yeah.
Oh, the Elderberg and Johan and Elbrack were playing that battle yesterday.
Like,
Yeah, I gotta say, there are a ton of Confederates in that battle. Like,
yeah.
there are so fucking many.
Yeah, the other issue is that, and I need to read up on this because it's been for fucking ever, but apparently the Southern Cavalry was just pound for pound superior to the Union Cavalry and used better. Lee was
Well-
always operating with superior intelligence. Especially
Well,
when you're operating in your own territory, you can rely on locals to know where the Union is.
well.
Whereas the Union generals, while operating in the South, were relatively blind.
With a very big asterisk on used better. Because although the commander of the Southern Cavalry, it was, again, I can look up these names.
We know who we're talking about.
Jeb Bush.
We know who we're talking about.
I think it was actually Jeb, yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was J.E.B. something.
Oh, Stewart.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, Stewart. That's
Stewart.
Yeah, Jeb.
Jeb.
Of course it was. That wasn't his name. It was J.E.B. Like that was an abbreviation of something or other, but called him Jeb.
What if that's where the name Jeb came from?
It might
Maybe.
be. It's kind of a southern thing to do.
I mean, Jeb is short for Jebediah.
Oh, right, yeah, duh.
But, yeah, Stewart was everything you would want in a cavalry commander, and also everything you would not, because he was aggressive, decisive, but also, he wanted that glory. He really wanted that glory.
Yeah.
So, that was the other problem at Gettysburg, is that Stewart really wanted that glory, and so he just went off the fuck to nowhere, trying to find the Union Army.
Yep.
Like, do this massive flanking maneuver, but whoopsie-doodle, when he did that, Lee just sort of blindly fumbled into Gettysburg, not knowing where the Union was. And so by the time Stewart got back, like he said, I've captured all of these munitions and all of these supplies, and Lee just tore him one. Like, none of that shit matters right now. And then, this is also where, an interesting note from history, at Gettysburg, General Custer.
Oh, that fucker.
Yeah, the Little Bighorn fame, 7th Cavalry later on. This is where he gets his name, was as the leader of the Union Cavalry. The Wisconsin Cavalry, I think it was.
I think so.
He came across, Jeb Stewart's Southern Cavalry, this massive column that were doing this big flanking maneuver, and Custer said, you know what? Either these guys are going to charge us, or we're going to charge them. So we're going to charge them. Let's go. Which, asshole he may be, that is an attitude I can appreciate.
It's the Cav lifestyle, really.
And that confused the shit out of the Southern Cavalry. They didn't know what was going on. The problem with marching in a big column is if the front of the column is attacked.
Yeah, I'll make a controversial. Maybe it's not I don't know. The Union Cavalry won Gettysburg.
Really? Oh, I mean, they were the first guys there. Those guys,
They were the
right?
first guys there. They had the delaying action. They were able to hold the line long enough to get most of the other guys. And that's their job. The Union Army managed to consolidate. And even though they lost a corps,
I mean, it's going to
it did
happen.
the job.
It's going to happen. Because at this point, the Southern Army was still fairly veteran, as I recall. They hadn't had a huge...
They took, I don't know, they took so many casualties at Chancellorsville. Like, I don't...
True.
People are like, that's such a great victory, but like they literally lost like a third of the army. Like that's like
actually
your army was destroyed casualties. Like,
let me see.
Yeah. So here's my point: if the cavalry broke early on, then the Confederate army basically would have been able to destroy the Union army in piecemeal as it marched north.
Thank you, Eileen. I'll put this guy up if you've never seen in Slytherin games. If you've never seen this guy, his presentations on the Civil War, they're not always. He's old and his brain remembers what we thought happened, and we now know that's not. But he's pretty reliable, and he has a great way of presenting things.
Gettysburg, one right after another.
And he did a series of battle talks for the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library. So Chancellorsville, Appomattox, sermons, campaign towards Gettysburg, and Chickamauga and Chattanooga.
Has a special place in terms of how I
Oh
look
god,
at the Civil
fucking
War.
Appomattox.
But
The
I
war
found
should have
out
ended
that
there.
It's not all that known among the general public.
And of course
I
Gettysburg.
was very surprised at it. I think
Oh, and he also had a very interesting thing on the siege of Vicksburg. I did not know how long that actually happened.
it is such a great battle.
The Union had been trying to do that for years.
Leadership
Hmm.
and strategy.
In fact, Grant had been trying to do it for years, including one
Masterpiece.
particularly interesting thing where they brought a steam-powered shovel, like one of those big steam shovel cranes,
A much more aggressive
and they tried to dig a new route for the Mississippi. So they could go build a bridge over there instead.
In fact, the next 3 lectures
So to bypass Vicksburg's defenses so they could get across.
be in the neighborhood of an hour
Wow.
and a half or so. I'll try to.
Alright.
But the people in Vicksburg had one siege cannon that could range to where they were digging. So apparently what happened in that was you had some Union guys on a steam crane and some Confederate guys taking pot shots at them. And apparently the thing to do for the army and for Vicksburg citizens were just to get on the grass and see, would it hit it today?
Attacking into the teeth of some pretty robust,
'Cause nothing else was going.
especially on Mary.
Alright, I'm gonna call it a night,
The
and I'm just gonna leave it at this because you mentioned Appomattox. Had Meade been at Appomattox, the war would have ended.
This
like,
was
within
probably
months
one
of that
the most
battle.
Lopsided battles of the Civil War.
And good night.
Good night. I've had to be silent this whole time because I know literally nothing about the Civil War.
That is okay. It's kind of a random
By the time you get done,
thing to know
you've got the winter of 62,
Good night.
63.
If you watch this guy that I linked in Slytherin Game Sony,
In the West,
he most of the big battles at sort of the end of the war, the turning point of the war, he goes through them.
is probably
Like Chancellorsville, the
its morale and how it viewed
I guess this was
It's such an American city name.
as the president
Chancellorsville.
then and now.
There's something. It feels so particular.
Quick quote from
But Chancellorsville is the one he does first because it's the first in this series of things that happened, I think.
Failure of the army.
Yeah, it has to be. But if you're wondering, like, Robert E. Lee, where does he get his reputation for being a good general from?
Success.
I think primarily you would say it's from the Battle of Chancellorsville.
Reduce the existing state.
I didn't know that Lee had a reputation as a good general. I thought he just had a reputation as a racist. That's all I know about him.
No, I mean, what boomers think about Lee is that he wasn't a racist, and he was a good general.
Well, I mean, even like people who will acknowledge that he was racist, I've had the argument that he was still, I guess, again, relative to his time, because it's hard to compare across eras, like, I don't know, comparing Lee to Eisenhower.
He wasn't like unusually racist. I think he died. I mean, I don't know. He was like an aristocrat, so he wasn't going to join the Klan. It was like beneath him. But I mean, he was still racist.
Yes.
All I meant is that he fought for the Confederate.
Yes.
And they wanted slavery, and that's why they rebelled. And so.
Yeah. Again, like, I'm going to agree with you, but even for people who will take that stand, there are a lot of people who will say that Lee was the greatest American general. I've had that argument with people.
That sounds fake.
increasingly poor.
Or not fake, as it sounds incorrect, as in that they would think that. Like, there has definitely been better generals than Lee. I would be
In
very.
American history?
I mean, there was very good generals in the 20th century.
Like,
Well, the first half of it. There was. Fuck, what was his name? He had a heavy tank named after him in World War II. Pershing. There's Pershing. There was Eisenhower. There was
If we're going to be disqualifying people for being racist, I don't know if Pershing is the one that we want to go to.
Well, no. Lee wasn't disqualified because he's racist. He's disqualified because I don't think he's. I think the reason that people think he's. I don't know much about the Civil War, but I don't know. I haven't heard a fucking thing about Lee being a good general.
The summary is that Lee could do things like take an army that was half the size of the Union Army and completely rout the Union Army in an attack. Like, he would attack them and rout them.
I mean, that's defeat in detail and morale. Concentration of force. Like, there is ways to do that.
But there are ways to do that. The thing is, he was the best at them, is the argument that you will get for this. Because,
I don't know. I think the Union mostly just gave up more often than not. They didn't.
Well,
they didn't have.
Like,
I don't know. Like half of the battles you won are just like really bad ideas on part of like the Union too. Like Fredericksburg, like that is not a defeating detail. That is just the Union attacking a wall.
Yeah.
Like not working.
Here's the question: is like how much of his victories were because he was fighting against mediocre commanders and badly equipped units or bad morale units?
A lot of them, yeah.
I mean,
like
even a mediocre general can win against someone who is way worse.
I don't think he was mediocre, but
I
don't think he was great.
I'm saying that if you're at least competent, a shitty general is going to lose to you most of the time.
Like, I think the closest he ever had to a peer general, before Grant, but there were other things that he could take on with that, was Hooker, and Hooker had his own idiosyncrasies that made his plans somewhat unworkable.
There was one time Lee lost the battle like pretty early in the Civil War when McClellan landed in Virginia, like did a naval landing. The Confederates like started pushing them back, but Lee was trying to push them back, and he attacked at Malvern Hill, and it was just like a fucking like disaster. Like, but it was like every other battle in the Civil War where someone was sitting on like a fortified hill and you attacked it. Well, it didn't work. The guns were too accurate. The artillery was too accurate. Like everyone just died.
Eventually,
so
McClellan
I don't know. Like
he did have to leave eventually.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah, well, attacking
leaving eventually, like when you're already retreating and you're just leaving, like it's not much.
Oh,
I don't know. The Civil War, the U.S. Civil War is a pretty weird one too, just because of how how civilian it is. Like both sides had a lot of like. Well, first of all, the armies like were just like big swarms of volunteers and like then draftees. But the generals were also just like a swarm of volunteers and like captains and like colonels that were like elevated to like command thousands and thousands of soldiers, but they'd never done that before.
Or they raised the troops on their own. That's how Custer became a quote-unquote general in his part of the Battle of Gettysburg, is he raised those troops himself.
I thought he was like peacetime army.
Well, he was.
But, like he was like a captain.
Exactly, but he was a wartime general. There's like a specific thing where because he had like these were literally his troops, he was therefore considered a quote-unquote general. But when the war was over, he went back to being a captain in the regular army.
Yeah. Well, that was like every Union general.
I'm gonna head out to play Titanfall 2 because I bought that and it's good and I really love the movement and it's a good game.
Hmm.
That was all very necessary to mention.
Well, have fun.
I'll talk to you later.
Rid of him.
See you tomorrow, Jim.
Yeah, see ya. Oh gosh. Curly, are you in that game? Are you in the E4 game?
Fucking no.